Hey everyone, welcome back to Prep Course sessions on test prep for BBA BBS entrance. Today we'll be covering an important but pretty straightforward part of sentence correction, which is tenses. There are a few thumb rules you need to follow, and if you do that, you'll be set. Let's go. Hey guys, welcome to the session on tenses. Let's jump straight into it. Don't get tense. Sorry, bad jokes. Kya kare? Tenses are meant to tell you when something happened. Basically, a sentence, even with very few words, is giving you a lot of information about different aspects of the sentence. It's telling you who did something, what was the action that was done. Potentially, it tells you whom was the action done upon, and without specifically mentioning a time, it tells you when something happened. So it need not. So think of it as, rather than saying I do this last year, if that's not information that's needed, like last year is not specifically needed, just say I did this. And you, of course, you can add more information as you go along. But the purpose of tenses is to tell you when something happened. And if multiple things happened, put them in chronological order. What happened first? What happened next? What happened last, possibly? So, there are a few thumb rules you need to follow, and the most common kinds of tenses you need to know. And once you know them, this actually is not a very complex topic. Now, why are we getting into things like simple past, simple continuous, continuous present, continuous future? No one is going to ask you this in the exam to define what is a future continuous mode. Having said that, if you know these 12 common types of tenses, you will know what to expect and how to proceed. Take an example. He had read the book when he watched the movie. In fact, let's look at all of them together. He had read the book when he watched the movie. He was reading the book when he watched the movie. He had watched the movie and read the book. And he read the book and watched the movie. All four sentences are telling you about two actions done by a particular person. But all four sentences tell you very differently about when things happened. He had read the book when he watched the movie. Of course, we'll get to all these cases later. But this basically tells you that he watched the movie after reading the book. After having read the book, in fact. He was reading the book when he watched the movie means these actions were concurrent. They were going on at the point of time that we're talking about. He had watched the movie when he read the book means the movie came first. He saw the movie first before he read the book, and he read the book and watched the movie. Again, look at the second and fourth. He was reading the book when he watched the movie, and he read the book and watched the movie. Here also, things are happening together. They're happening at the same time, sort of, for whatever frame of time you're talking about. One talks about an action that's ongoing, one talks about an action that happened. We'll get to all these differences, but the key point for right now is tenses tell you when something happened in relation to other things, or simply when something happened. The main kinds, I really need to move the logo. On the left side, it's eating into words. The main kinds of tenses: past, present, and future in terms of time, and simple, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. So these are the 12 cases we're going to discuss. Let's get into each of them. Simple past. Something happened. Right. This is the simplest possible way of describing something that happened in the past. A specific event. The birthday party celebrations were last week. Were, not are. Were last week. That's past tense. One event happened last week. Something that happened over a period of time in the past. I played badminton for many years in school. So here, this is a long period of time, but it's all in the past. It's done. You're talking about it as one concrete, large event that happened over many years. Something that won't occur again. Let's take 2 examples here. Well, no. 5 examples. I have written 5 books. What does this sentence tell you? It means I've written 5 books so far. I might write some more. I wrote 5 books. Simple past. You're likely to use this when in your head that thing is very unlikely to ever happen again. The difference between I have written 5 books and I wrote 5 books is that I have written 5 books means in my head, like it's possible I actually don't end up writing more. But in my head right now, if I'm saying this, I have an expectation that I might write more books in the future. I wrote 5 books, the expectation in my head is I will never write again. Another example is I haven't had dinner tonight. At, let's say I say that at 9 p.m. means I probably am expecting that I will have it at some point. But at 11:55 p.m. you're likely to say I didn't have dinner tonight. The difference being that if I say I didn't have dinner tonight means there's no expectation in my head that I will have it at this point now. I'm just going to skip straight forward to breakfast. I wrote 5 books in college. If I have left college, I'm done with my studies, then definitely this is the only form that you can use. I wrote 5 books in college because, as we discussed, this is something that now can't happen again. I am done with college, I'm not going to study again, therefore I cannot possibly write any more books in college. So to say, I have written 5 books in college is wrong if you've already left college and aren't going back. I have written 5 books in college when you're still studying in college, perfectly legit. He wrote 5 books before he died. This is something that definitely can't happen again because he's dead. Well, unless he becomes a ghostwriter. Oh. Sorry, ignore that. I did not say that. Actually, I did say that. That's fun. He has written 5 books before he died is wrong. He's dead. He cannot possibly write anymore. Therefore, you will not use the present perfect form. He wrote 5 books before he died, simple past, because it can't happen again. So that is simple past. Simple present, simple facts. I read, I write, I teach, I make videos for the internet, you study. Habits. I play badminton. I run every morning. He teaches the guitar. So these are activities. So when we say habits, these are activities that just happen. Like there's no one time frame you're giving. There's no expectation that you'll stop doing it, or when you're not even talking about when you started. This is just something you do. Narration. He hits the ball hard towards square leg. The fielder runs towards it. He's out. This is all in simple present. This is being narrated live as it's happening. He hits the ball towards square leg. The fielder runs. He is out. In fact, I'll give another example. Narration could even happen if these events have already happened. But you choose to use this. Like a lot of books could also be written in present tense if they're describing events. Those events have already happened and they might even be fictional. But you could choose to write it this way. Simple future. These are simple discussions of events to occur in the future. I will meet you there tomorrow. One thing to keep in mind, will versus is going to. I will discuss this with you next week versus I am going to discuss this with you next week. I will go on vacation this year versus I am going to go on vacation this year. What's the difference? They are both legitimate sentences, but there is a difference in intent. Will is something that you want to do, that you think you will end up doing. The intent is definitely there, but no planning has gone into it yet. Am going to, is going to, are going to, is when there is also a plan attached. I will definitely go on vacation this year because I couldn't all of last year because of the lockdown. Versus I am going to go to Andamans next month. One implies a certain amount of planning that has already gone into it. Then there is will versus shall. You can pretty much use them interchangeably. Shall versus is going to is also the same. Is going to implies more planning that has gone into it. This is in fact not even about the level of certainty, it's about the level of planning. For example, if the doorbell rings, you won't say, I am going to answer that. Unless somebody had already planned that, okay, what happens if the doorbell rings? Vineet will get up and answer it. If the doorbell rings and there are multiple people sitting around and you just say, oh, I'll answer that. I will answer that. So this is definitely happening, but no planning has gone into it. So that's the difference between will and is going to or am going to. Now let's get it. So that was simple. I didn't spend too much time on these because they are, well, simple. Continuous is also pretty straightforward. When we are talking about time, like a time frame of a particular sentence, if something was going on at that point of time, we use continuous. So for example, if the point of time is when he called, look at the first sentence. What was happening? What was happening when he called? I was reading a book when he called. So you put like a timeline. This point of time is when he called. What was going on at that point? I was reading a book. So you use the continuous form. What happened? Look at the second sentence. What was happening when I heard loud bang? I was thoroughly cleaning out my car's engine. So you use continuous. This was an ongoing activity when something happened. If you look at the converse, I was thoroughly cleaning out my car's engine when an event occurred. What? I heard a loud bang. You can't say I was thoroughly cleaning out my car's engine when I was hearing a loud bang. This is a very convoluted sentence and will just confuse you. What was happening when? So basically, you can have two things going on in parallel, both continuous form. I was reading and watching a movie. Yes, that's perfectly fine. But to say I was reading when suddenly I was watching a movie, that doesn't make any sense. You're trying to give a time frame by saying I was reading and what happened then happened. An event happened. What was that? I started watching a movie. That could work. Or when the bell rang. Temporary occurrences in the past are also referred to in past continuous. So, for example, like we discussed, I played badminton in school, right? I learnt guitar in school, but I was struggling with my guitar lessons that summer. So this is not to say that I was permanently struggling. That summer I was struggling. So it's a temporary occurrence. That was past continuous. Present continuous is basically the timeline. The same thing, the timeline is now. So rather than one specific point of time in the past, for example, when he called, I was reading. So that specific point of time in the past is when he called. Versus in present continuous, we're just talking about events currently ongoing. I am teaching right now. You are watching a video right now. I am reading. What are you up to? Events that recur often are also referred to in present continuous. The RBI is continuously lowering the reverse repo rate to spur lending, but the banks aren't increasing loans to MSMEs. Even though none of these activities is happening exactly at this point of time, that would be too much of a coincidence. We will still use continuous here, present continuous, because these are events that recur often. The RBI is continuously lowering the reverse repo rate, so that could be like 4 times a year, 5 times a year to spur lending, but the banks aren't increasing loans. So aren't increasing loans is also like the loans aren't continuous, right? Lending is not continuous. It's not like every second loans are being given. These are discrete activities. But we are using continuous form here because it happens often. Temporary situations. I am staying with my parents for the duration of the lockdown. So again, like we discussed, temporary situations in the past, the past continuous form, we are now discussing temporary situations as of right now. I am staying with my parents for the duration of the lockdown. Future continuous, exact same thing, just move that time frame, that timeline, that point of time to now a defined point of time in the future. Something that will be ongoing at a particular point of time in the future. So next month is now the time in the future. We will be hosting 3 events. I will be waiting for you at the station when you arrive. Present perfect, something that has recently ended. Now perfect and perfect continuous get a little tricky. Here is now basically where you have to keep your eyes open and start thinking. Simple and continuous are much more straightforward. The worst of the lot is perfect continuous, but we'll come to that. Present perfect, something that has recently ended. He has just left home, so he won't be too far. Something that's been going on for a while and the focus is on the result of the action. What does that mean? Look at this example. It has taken 5 years of practice to reach this stage. So it's been going on for a while. It hasn't ended yet, but the focus right now is something that he's reached this stage. So that's the focus, is on the result of this action. It has taken 5 years of practice to get here, and here is where we are now. A long-term permanent or long-term/permanent activity that is not a continuous action. What does that mean? I have never had any problems with dogs or cats. You can't say I was never having problems with dogs or cats. So, and the last case is what we discussed, something that has happened in the past and that can happen again. I have written 5 books in college. If I'm still in college, I could write more. The expectation in my mind is I could write more. It doesn't have to be certainty. And let's get into perfect continuous. Present perfect continuous is basically, now look at the timeline. Now this is something that's been going on for a while and is still ongoing at this point of time. It hasn't ended yet. If it had ended, if it were ongoing for a while and had ended, we would use the present perfect. But this has been going on for a while and is still ongoing. I have been studying knife making for 2 years. I'm still studying it, but I have been for 2 years. Now, that's present perfect continuous. For the other two, just keep in mind that the time frame you're talking about, the frame of reference you're giving, which in present perfect continuous is right now, that shifts to a point of time in the past or to a point of time in the future. That's the only difference. Now let's move on to past perfect. Now we're describing 2 or more events that happened in the past. they happened at different points of time. If they happen at the same point of time, simple past, we'll take examples. If they're happening at different points of time, then the one that happened more recently. Let me see if I can get my pen working. Sorry, just give me a second. Oh, sorry. Technology. This is embarrassing, but never mind. If this is your timeline and there are two events happening, okay, so just to make clear what happened first. My handwriting is so bad, I should have been a doctor. So this happened earlier. This will be in past perfect. This happened later. This will be in simple past. By the time I reached college, I had already studied 10% of the course. So the studied part happened earlier, reached part happened late. So by the time I reached simple past, I had already studied, past perfect. So therefore, two distinct events happening at different points of time. The one that happened earlier in the past is in past perfect format. I had read the book already when the movie came out. Reading the book comes first, therefore had read. Movie comes out later, came out. Oops. Since I can't get the eraser working, we'll have to deal with this. India had won 3 major tournaments under Dhoni by the time he retired. Again, what is happening later? He retires. What had happened earlier? Winning tournaments. Therefore, retires is in simple past. So by the time he retired, and what happened earlier? Winning 3 tournaments. So that will be in past perfect. Had won 3 major tournaments. This is a complete mess now, this slide. By the time he figured out the answer to the last question, the bell had already rung. Now look at the sentence if you can, beyond all the scribbling. The thing that is happening later is actually mentioned earlier in the sentence. The first phrase in the sentence, by the time he figured out the answer, the bell had already rung. If you didn't have tenses, you might get confused about what is happening earlier. Right, so the tense formats here: simple past, figured out; past perfect, had already rung. The tense format is the only thing telling you what is happening first and what is happening later. This is why tenses are so important. To switch the sentence around, let's say the bell rang after he had finished. Let's turn it around. By the time the bell rang, he had already figured out the answer to the last question. By the time the bell rang, simple past, therefore, by definition, this is happening later. He had already figured out the answer to the last question. Had already figured out, past perfect, by definition, this is happening earlier. So in this case, since figured out is in past, simple past, by the time he figured out, we can tell this is happening later. The bell had already rung, this is happening earlier. Therefore, tenses are so important. Versus the bell rang just when he figured out the answer. Now both things are happening together. I'm glad the scribbling's gone now. Past perfect continuous, same as past perfect, except now this is the timeline we made. 2 events happening. Now instead of the first event happening here and being a distinct separate event, the first event was ongoing when the second one happened. Look back at past continuous. You're using it to describe ongoing events. Here you will use this when the first event was ongoing when the second one happened. The second one is a particular point in time. The first one was ongoing. He had been studying for 2 hours when he heard the sound. So what happened later? He heard the sound and he had been studying for, this is a 2 hours time period. He was worn out because he had been talking non-stop for 3 hours. So he was worn out. And what has been happening for 3 hours? Talking non-stop. Future perfect is now the same as past perfect, 2 distinct events. But the one that is, let me just scribble way down and hope now I don't eat up sentences. The one that will happen later is in simple future, and the one that will happen sooner is in future perfect. And let's look at examples. By the time we reach, this is actually, it sounds like a simple present. This is a simple future. He will have left. Will have left is future perfect. So what's happening earlier? Leaving. What's happening later? We reach. By this time tomorrow. So what is happening later? This time tomorrow. What is happening earlier in the, but also in the future? What is happening earlier? Finishing the project. Therefore, what is in future perfect format will have finished the project. Future perfect continuous, the last one we'll discuss before we do some examples and stop the class. Similar to past perfect continuous, 2 events in the future. So let's say this is now and this is at some point in the future. So therefore, this is how your timeline is progressing. 2 events in the future. Here is event 2 and event 1 has been ongoing for a while when event 2 happens. He will have been teaching karate for karate. Never mind. Karate for 30 years when his retirement date arrives. So what is happening later? Retirement date. What has been going on for a while? Teaching. So we're using future perfect continuous instead of future perfect because this is an ongoing activity. He, and therefore the format we use is will have been teaching karate for 30 years when a certain thing happens, which is what? His retirement date. What is happening now in the future? And you can tell from the format. I will be exhausted. Therefore, this is happening more into the future. So exhaustion is happening here when we meet in the park, or rather, what is happening later is meeting in the park. What will have been going on for a while? Working for 2 hours. 2 hours is the time period. So this is the same as the past perfect continuous. Same case, same rules. Just that these points of time are between now and the future. Well, they are in the future. Versus in past, it's like between the past and now. That's all. These are the common cases. Let's do some examples. This is not actually more complicated than this. There are edge cases. We'll probably get into those in a later class, but this covers 95% of all tense issues. So what do you think? Hey Katrina, so what hints are there? It says in a long while. So therefore why am I typing when I have the answer in the next sentence? Haven't seen you. Have not seen you in a long while. They are meeting now, or they're talking on the phone. They could see each other in the future, so you do not put this in simple past. An event that could occur again is going to be in present perfect, not in the simple past. How have you been? So here's a hint right there. How have you? This can't go in any other format. Half the tense format is already given to you. Yesterday I look at the rest of the sentence. Is it acting like there's something else that's so was this a continuous activity when something else happened? No. So therefore yesterday I went to his place to discuss a story idea. The second part is interesting because it didn't suddenly occur in my head. It had been in my head for a long time. So therefore this is going to be past perfect. It's been there from before the time when I meant to meet him. I could not eat much since So what does this sentence tell you about how many different points of time are being mentioned? So I could not eat much in the past, again, could not can't. And since therefore he's explaining that he couldn't eat much because a breakfast had already happened before this. Right? So there are 2 points of time in the past. One is earlier. What is earlier? The breakfast is earlier and could not eat much is later, therefore past perfect. Since I had a massive breakfast. What's the right verb form here? This is actually, the same rule follows, this could be in any tense. If we're talking about the past, Milkha was exhausted, he had been running. So simple past and past perfect continuous. If we're talking about the present, Milkha is exhausted, he has been running. Simple present, present perfect continuous. If it's in the future, Milkha will be exhausted, he will have been running. Simple future and future perfect continuous. An activity has been going on for a while till that point of time that we're talking about. If that point of time that later point of time is now, everything's present. If it's in the past, everything's past. If it's in the future, all tenses are future. Couple of last exercises. Can you say I lived in this country all my life? You can if you've already moved out and are never coming back. Then, well, you should say most of my life because you're outside now. Unless you're saying this while at the airport, boarding the plane. Edge cases. But the rest of the sentence, and I intend, and we're talking about dying. Therefore, I am still in this country. So I can't say I lived. I am still here. Can I say I am living in this country all my life? No, because it's not a continuous activity from that perspective. All of my life doesn't work. I am living in this country right now? Absolutely. I am living in this country all my life? No. Therefore, I have lived in this country all my life, present perfect, and I intend to die here. 3 of the 4 options are to die, the 4th is to dying, which is wrong anyhow. Therefore, the right answer is B. How many examples do I have? 2 more. Read. It starts with at this moment. Therefore, present continuous is a given. You can't say at this moment Raghu reads. At this moment Raghu is reading a novel and Shanti is watching a drama. This is what they do on every weekday night. Habit, simple present, do. Therefore, the answer is C. And the last example. By the 1990s, India bought all its foreign debt. Can we say paid off? Simple past, it happened in the past? No. Because if the sentence were simply India paid off all its foreign debt, perfect. But by the 1990s, one thing happened later, the 1990s hit. So what was going on earlier? Paying off its debt. Therefore, by the 1990s, India had paid off all its foreign debt. 2 different points of time being talked about. Therefore, the answer is C. So that's that. Thanks, guys. That was the tenses class. Do check out the description, check out our other classes. Like this video, subscribe. It will help us, monetize our channel and grow more, because then YouTube will recommend it to more people. Leave me your questions in the comments. I will answer them, and I'll be checking every couple of days. So yeah, feel free to reach out to us. Visit our website prepco.online. We're launching test series for a bunch of things. Stay tuned. Cheers.